Now, there is something which is called as a Power BI service dashboards. Okay. Power BI services dashboards are kind of similar to what we create as a Power BI reports. But the Power BI service dashboards are basically for the service builder wherein we used to publish the data. So like this way, if I am adding a slicer over here, or I'm adding a chart wherein I'm adding some slicers like this, okay, and I want to, let's suppose, publish it. So I can click on this publish. You can say, okay, I want to save the changes. And I can do that. So based on that, if you want to enter your email address and you continue with it, you will able to publish it. Now, Power BI services are basically on the dashboards and everything, wherein you can basically have a changes, have the services and all of the data sets available in a way that you can basically do the changes, work on the every front and all of that stuff. So that is what is Power BI dashboard services. So basically connecting to other databases and majorly having the option to publish your data source so that other people can view it. Because obviously not all will have the access to the Power BI dashboards, but yes, they would have an access to your server links, and based on that, you can basically publish your dashboards over there. So basically that will help you to publish the dashboards and all the services and everything in that sort. So that's how the Power BI dashboard services are there. So basically, these are the access which are granted to you by your organization, and these the granted organizations will help you to work with it and will help you to look for it. So basically, that's what your Power BI service dashboards is all about. So what are those service introductions that are there in picture? Basically, you connect with any data source, you publish your Power BI reports. You have a Power BI service wherein your data moves from one Power BI gateway to another. So Power BI gateway, I told you, is a secured platform which is used by the organization data, or basically which uses the organization data and which helps you to move the data of the Power BI gateway to a Power BI service access. And from that, you can access your data set and you can work on it. So that's the Power BI service introduction that we have, and a Power BI services. So you connect with the data sources, you connect with your data, and you basically create a Power BI report or a Power BI dashboards according to that services or according to that data. So if let's suppose I want to connect to an SQL server, I'll just click on that. I have to enter the server name. So for that server name, I need to open up my SQL first. Okay, so hi everyone. Let's start today with the next thing in Power BI. That is the text functionality functions in your Power BI. So what are basically your text functions? Whenever you want to replace anything, you want to change anything in the text, maybe you want to add something in the text files, or you want to add a formula, any of that sort, then we use text functions in Power BI. They are also termed as the calculations in the tables. They are also termed as calculations that we do in the tables. So that is in another name. So the calculations differs a lot. There are a lot of calculations that are available in the table. We can do one of replace or anything of that sort, whatever we want to replace for. So let's see one example of a text function in Power BI. Okay, so this is my data. And let's say if I go to this table, so it takes some time to open. And let's say over here, I want to find out what is the, so basically I have an order quantity and I have the sales amount. So based on the order quantity, what can be my total sales amount that I want to find out? So for that reason, how can I do that? I'll click on a new measure, or I'll click on a new column basically, so that it adds as a column to my data. Now, it's just creating that column. So I'll just give the name of that as total sales per quantity. That's the name of my column. And that will be your sales into order quantity. I'll multiply that. And I'll just click on enter. So I'll get that amount. So this is my total sales per quantity. Okay. And if you want to categorize it, so this is what I got as a total sales per quantity as my formula. Okay. Now let's suppose I want to change this from a whole number to probably a decimal. I can do that. And then I can add some dollar sign to the currency probably because I would need a currency. So let's add a dollar sign. Yeah, so that probably works. And you have a lot of currencies over here as well. If you just go to, you have a lot of currency. If you want to put like the Indian currency as well. Yes. So we have rupees also. So I put it as a dollar for now. Okay, that's a currency format. And yeah, so that works. Now, let me just bring this and see how we have done those calculations. So let's say on the basis of my product name, I'll bring my total sales. So this is how you get your total sales. And now if I would make it as a form of a chart, I can do that. Or probably a waterfall chart also is fine. So yeah, that's how I can see this. In fact, so that's how you can probably make your works form. So this shows like green is that you are increasing. When you will have red, if you move ahead, you have some decrement. So this is the total amount and this is your decrease. Okay. So this is how you can show it. Or maybe if you want to have a line and a column chart, so then that is fine. Or maybe if you want to have this type of a chart, you can have that as well. So any of it, whatever you feel like to make it, you can make that. Okay, so this is how you can show the total numbers, or maybe if you want to keep it in a form of a table also, that's fine. So it shows that for each product, what is the sum of sales per quantity that we have. So these are called as your normal text functions in a Power BI, like the way it is shown in the snippet that you are replacing something, where what you are replacing instead of you are replacing in the IDs. What you are replacing, you are just adding OD to the IDs. So they are numbers and you are adding OD to the IDs. So that's also will be a similar way like we did. Then we have some date functions in Power Query. Okay. So put up about any date, any new date in the column, or maybe I need to have a different formats of the date or anything of that sort. We use some date functions in Power Query. Okay, now how do we do that? Let's have an example. Let's go to the data. So we do have product names. We have that. Let's check it out. No, don't have any dates in product. Okay, no worries. Let's say in the product column only, I want to put today's date. So let's come to this. I will create a new column over here again. I'll create as current date as a column, and I'll put it as date. As today. Okay. And I'll put as enter. So see, I got today's date. So now whenever your data gets refreshed or anything of that sort, so you would have a alignment over here that, okay, this is one of a section wherein we have the today's date available. So now if you want to change the format, you can change that. Let's put it to probably this one, or not this one. Let's do one thing. Let's change the format of this. So let's take it as date. And okay, so let's do it from here only. And let's make it this date probably. That would be good. Year, month, and date. So that way. Yeah, so that looks nice. And we can do that. So that's our current date. Okay. So that's how we work into date. Now, if you see the product size over here, and if I filter for that, I'll just need to check. Yes. So see, I have L, M, S, XL, XS, right? So like, let's say I want to replace from S to maybe small. If you have XL, then you have large, medium, small, extra large, and extra small. So if I want to make a change in the same column, I can't do that. Basically, I can't create a column. Like I can't make a change in an existing column. So what we can do is that I can create a new column again over here. And I can say product size description. And I can apply a formula that if product size equals to S, then small if product size equals to M, media, S, product size equals to L, 10 large, S, let's expand that so that we can see the column easily. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I just pressed the enter. That's why it just worked like this, but no worries. That won't be a problem. We can just, again, like that. Not an issue. So let's say if product size equal to pretty for large, excess, then extra small, if product size equal to XL, extra large. Else just blank. Okay. So see, now my column has been created. So see, I got it. Extra large, extra small, medium, small. I got everything. So this is how you can also put these type of conditions. So these are also a type of conditions that we provide and that we work on. And we work on these. Okay. So these are also some of the formulas that we can provide. So let's say instead of like I want to create a chart on this. Let's bring a normal chart. Probably let's take up okay, let's take up a table and then we can see if we can convert it to actually. Okay, let's move it over here. Let's make the size a bit small. Let's do it. Perfect. Now, what is the product? Now, let's say I have product name. I have the product color, or maybe not the product color. Maybe I'll just make it based on product category, and I'll just remove the product name. And I'll just bring the product size and their product descriptions. So see, looks better. Now I'll make it to a line in a stack bar chart. And from here, I'll just probably move the product size to here and description over here. Just kind of look fine on that chart. Okay. That's perfect. The product category is hoodie and the size count is this. Now, if you want to mention the size descriptions over here, you can just put them up in the my bad. column legends. Like this. You see, it has been divided. Okay. Amazing. So this is how you can represent your charts. Okay. That's how we basically work with it. So let's keep it as a count only rather than moving on to listing count. And on this of product category, the product size. Yeah, that's perfect. I think I should keep it as a count itself. So yes, that looks good. So here you have a product category as hoodie, the product size is small and the count of product size is 9. Okay. So this is how you can create your charts according with the calculations. So quite simple on that front. Okay. Fine. Let's move to the next. Now you have number functions in a Power Query. So what are number functions in a Power Query? Number functions is you have any text value or you want to add any numerical value, whatever the data type you want to function for, then you use the number functions in a Power Query. So these are created by adding a table column or a table add-on column or anything of that sort. When you want to add any column or any of the table data, any of the table segments or anything of that sort, so you can add to them. Like table add column, you add this. So basically they will add your record type or the record data type whenever you type an intent. So these are a type of functions that we have. Now, there are some operations wherein you can append the data using a Power Query in the files, appending your files and tables together. How can you append two files together? That's a good thing. Like you are doing a union. Nothing is like appending, but you are basically doing a union of these two sets. Now, how we do that? Let's see an example. So see, I have a sales table. I have this table where I'll show you the data. Let me close this. Yeah, so this is one of a table where I have a sales data of 2019. I have a sales data of 2020. And I also have a sales data for 2019 and 2020. Now, let's say I want to append them together. Append means I want to stack the data one under the other. How can I combine them? I'll use a union data for that purpose. Now, there is an option to union the tables together. Now, how can you union it? Let me just delete and combine them. Let me delete this from the model. Yes. Let me just show you how we can make it. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Perfect. So let's say I go to this. I say table. And I say a new table. Now this time I want to create a new table because I'm going to combine the two data sets together. So obviously I'm going to create a new table. I'll give the table name union or maybe union table (2019) to 2019 and 2020. Okay. Now here you are going to write the formula union, and in the union you are going to give the names of the table. So the first table is sales data 2019, comma sales data 2020, and you are going to close the bracket, put in. See, and the data has been created. So if I show you normally, see, it has like 6 records. And in the 2020 table, it has also 6 records with this data. And this is my combined. So this is how you append your data or you append your table in Power BI. So append and union means the same thing. There's no difference in both of them. Okay. That's the perfectly same thing. Okay. Now, what you can do, you can just go to the report. Here, you can, let's say from this union table, let's say, let me bring a line chart this time. And from here, on the basis of country, I would probably bring the overall profit. Okay, I have only a single name, so not a point. Let's bring ID. Yeah, so see, based on the ID, I have sum of overall profit. Or I can bring the store name as well. And I can probably remove the ID. Okay, so I just have one. So let's make it like this. So see, I have this for the IDs. And if you want to bring it perspective of months, we can do that also. And then if you want to arrange this, we can say sort access by month. So this is how your profit looks like. Okay. So that's how you can union a table, and then after